Welcome back this afternoon. Memorial Day is the busiest weekend of the year for car sales, according to a report by Wallet Hub. And knowing that, the dealerships offer incentives to win your business, and buyers will be flocking to the lots for test drives. So joining me today is Shane Sullivan from Valhaven Wealth with one of the first questions I guess you should ask if you're in the market. Should I buy or should I lease?
Well, I'll tell you, there's a couple of questions to figure that out. I'll tell you, last year there was a record number of leases.
Is that right?
I don't know if you've noticed, cars are expensive.
They are.
Yeah.
They continue going up.
Right. So a lot of people can't afford a new car. So
Yeah.
1 out of 4 cars last year was leased.
Uh-huh.
How do you decide if it's the right idea for you? First, let's look financially. Do you have the cash?
Yeah.
You know, if you buy a car, you're gonna, even if you finance, you have to put 10% down, tax, title, license.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at like 19% of the purchase price.
Yeah.
$30,000 car, that's, you know, $5 to $6 grand.
That's a lot.
Right. You want to lease, you can get in for $1 to $2 grand, and your monthly payments are much lower.
Right. Yeah, and you know, on the back end of that, though, there's the equity factor.
That's right. Of course, if you just continue to lease a car, you don't own anything.
Right.
So if you are going to buy a car and you're one of these people who does own it for a while, obviously that's a better deal for you. But understand that repairs can start to creep up on you. Now, that's always true. If you do flip your cars every 2 to 3 years, or maybe your business with employee cars,
Right.
you're always going to have a car payment. So for that person, you probably should go ahead and lease.
Yeah, and there's a lot of factors that go into it. How many miles do you drive a year?
Yep.
You know, credit rating.
Well, I'll tell you, if you have bad credit, the lease agreement doesn't work out for you anymore. You really need to revisit buying.
Yeah.
They do not want to lease a car with someone with bad credit. You talk about how you treat your car.
Yeah.
The common lease, look at your odometer. The common lease is about 15,000 miles. So you're going to pay for those miles whether you use them or not. So if you drive very little, maybe you live in the city, maybe lease is a bad idea. But also if you go over that amount of miles, you get dinged for penalties.
That can get expensive really quickly.
Yeah. Well, and then last, how you treat your car. I know you have a little one now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I also have a little one. All my single friends have perfectly clean cars.
Right.
Yeah. So they could probably consider leasing because they can return it. For the rest of us,
There's no Cheerios in the seats.
oh, it's a whirlwind of glitter and markers.
Right.
How embarrassing that would be to try to return that thing.
Right.
So you have to pay for those damages if you lease. So if you're a parent of young children, I think you're probably leaning towards buying.
So a lot of it depends on your lifestyle. How
Yeah.
about the negotiating factor here?
You got to negotiate. A lot of people think it's only true on cars when you buy, but you can work them a little bit. I hate to say it like that, but you can get a good deal when it comes to lease. Maybe if you can't budge on price, maybe you can throw in oil changes and other kind of service. Because remember, this is their car that they're leasing to you, so they want to make sure it's in good shape when you get it back.
And incentives, I'm sure, will be plentiful this weekend.
This is the weekend to do it. This is the Super Bowl of buying cars. So
Yeah.
this is a great weekend to consider.
We're right at that model year turn as well.
That's right. Yeah, right before summer, people going into the driving season, starting to think about vacations. At least as family guys, that's what we're thinking about.
That's right.
That's right.
You got it. Thank you very much, Shane Sullivan
Sure.
with Valhaven Wealth. Again, a huge car buying weekend. If you're in the market, again, buy or lease. It depends on a lot of factors. Thank you so much.
Sure.
All right.
Thanks.
We'll be right back.